Okay, well, I will get right on it.
Tom told me I'd find you here. Listen, we have a problem.
Why? What's going on?
I just found James Stenbeck.
Real? Oh, my good. That's great. Did somebody at the hospital move him to another room?
He is in the basement of the precinct house.
Right. Did Tom tell you I needed cheering up?
No, I'm serious. I just saw him. I just treated him. The man is in severe shock.
Well, I should think so. A man in a coma checking himself into the basement.
He didn't get himself there on his own.
So James Stenbeck is in the basement of the precinct.
That's right.
So somebody took him out of ICU and took him to the precinct basement where the place is crawling with lawyers and cops and judges and ex-wives.
That's absolutely right. And you guess who that somebody was? Hal Munson.
Are you accusing me of something, Jack?
Add it up for me, Hal. Explain to me how Stenbeck finds out that I'm about to bust his operation wide open, and then you call to stop me, giving Stenbeck plenty of time to sick Julia on me.
You have proof of all this?
It's pretty clear to me.
Oh. Well, then what you should do is arrest me. You should call the DA.
No, that's not what I want.
Something. What do you want?
To help you. Something's wrong, Hal. Ever since you got back, you're not the same. Even Barbara's noticed it.
You've been, taking a poll?
No, I've been around long enough to notice a stress disorder when I see one. Hell, I just got over one myself. You're skittish. You can't account for your time. You're not there. Margo's even noticed it. It's obvious that you have been through something traumatic.
Mm-hmm. Something other than my friends and co-workers tearing me down behind my back?
We're not tearing you down, Hal.
Oh, you're being my friend. Is that what it is, Jack? You're helping me by being my friend?
And we're worried about you.
Based on the fact that I didn't bail you out, that I disappointed you, that I didn't help you?
You disappeared, Hal. And you're acting strange.
Strange? Well, actually, that's very good news, you know, because here I thought you and Margo were so short-handed, so understaffed. And yet I find out that now you've had time to go to med school. And now that you've had a chance to examine me, you come up with this brilliant diagnosis. I'm strange.
No, we are not saying that we know what's wrong with you, just that something is. You're not yourself, Hal. And now that you mentioned it, yeah, we think you should see someone.
A shrink.
No, go see Ben. Get checked out. If it is post-traumatic stress, he'll give you something to help you. If not, he'll refer you, but you need treatment. You're not yourself.
I am exactly the same person that I have always been, and I will not stand here and be interrogated by a subordinate.
Hal!
You stay out of this, Barbara. This is none of your concern.
I'm not going anywhere, Hal. You don't deal with this. I will go to the commissioner.
You will. You do that, Jack, in this friendship that you're so concerned about. This friendship where you tear into people without any consideration. This friendship. You don't touch me. You leave me alone. I know who my friends are, and you are not.
Hal assures me that everything is on the up and up, that these orders come from above.
What, the FBI? The FBI ordered him to take an unconscious man, a prime suspect, and hide him in a basement?
I'm just telling you what he told me.
Is Stenbeck still alive?
Barely. He was ice cold when I found him, which is not too surprising since the basement is an unheated room. Also, his IV had almost run out. And that doesn't make things any better. So I give him an antibiotic, Hal brought in a space heater and some blankets, but that's not going to do the trick forever. We got to get him out of that basement and back to the hospital.
And did you tell Mr. Hal?
Yes, I told him, but he refused to let me move him. Now, he says that Stenbeck is more vulnerable in the hospital, that they can get to him there the same way they got to Barbara.
They? There's no they. Owen Dever attacked Barbara.
It doesn't make any sense to me.
Listen, I can guarantee you there were no orders from above.
Yeah, I wish you could have seen him. I mean, he was like a Saint Bernard guarding a body. It's like instinctual.
It doesn't matter what his motives are. If Stenbeck dies while in Hal's care, he's going to be looking at charges.
He is going to die unless we get him back to the hospital.
How did you leave it?
Well, he made me promise that I wouldn't tell anyone, and I got the distinct impression that he would have kept me right there in that basement if I didn't agree with him.
Do you think, John, that he would have gotten violent?
I do. Anyway, I told him I'd be back in a couple of hours when it was time for Stenbeck's next treatment.
Well, how long ago was that?
About 30 minutes.
Okay, let's go.
All right.
You asked that Stenbeck character where that spa is. He's the one who put me there.
Yeah, honey, we kind of knew that right from the start.
Yeah, but it doesn't tell us how to find Carly, especially now that Stenbeck's in a coma. We don't know where he is.
Wait, he's missing too?
Yes, darling, he is vanished. I think we should fire the entire Oakdale Police Department.
Here you go, Rose. You have to eat something.
So, Rose, you don't remember anything? A letterhead, a license plate, a flag?
I remember when Holden told me when he and Luke were trapped in that prison, they realized they were in Malta by looking out the window. They recognized trees that Luke saw pictures of from a book report that he was doing on Malta. Yes, the window. Yes, I looked out the window, and there was a lot of snow and mountains. Heidi.
Switzerland, the Italian Alps, Austria.
Do they speak French, German, Italian? Strict. That's the only language they spoke.
So a spa in the mountains.
I'm not saying it was a real spa. I'm saying they wanted us to think it was. Rigged it all up. The lab rats were human beings. Who's they? Stenbeck. And this doctor they had working for him.
Does he have a name?
Weston. One of those guys with a tan all year round, funky glasses with the orange tinted lenses. Very strange man.
Sounds like a dermatologist I once met at a convention, Palm Springs.
Skin. He was interested in skin. Very interested. Doesn't look like he did much for yours. You want me to find some moisturizer? I think I need a hot bath. I'm starting to get a little itchy all over.
So what about this doctor guy?
He was the guy. He was the go-to guy. He decided you get the steam, you get the blue drink, you go to the next level, and you go to the transition room. But you don't want that.
Why not, dear?
Because they're all dead.
Are you saying Carly and Emily?
There was more. I mean, there was a lot of us, you know? I mean, we couldn't have all been there because of Stenbeck.
Well, I mean, don't underestimate the man, dear.
Are Carly and Emily dead or
See,
alive?
this is what happened. See, when I got there, I told them, girls, keep it together, you know? Concentrate so we can get out of there. But Carly was already too far gone on the...
What does that mean?
On drugs, the steam, you know, it makes you all limp and happy, and then you fall asleep. You ask a question, they don't like that, they put something in your tea, and you forget the question you asked in the first place. And then there's the blue drink that makes you see things, and then they take you away.
Okay. So they took Carly away?
I broke into the back, and I saw Carly there, all wrapped up in these bandages, like a mummy. And then they took Emily, and then they took me. And then when I woke up, I couldn't move. I was like all wrapped up, and my arms were tied to my side, and there was something over my face, and...
Darling, I don't know how you survived that.
Oh, I wouldn't have survived if it wasn't for that lovely, lovely woman, Libby. She got me on this list and told that the guy, the caretaker guy, that I was dead, so I could get out.
So the last time you saw Carly, she was all wrapped up like that?
But she wasn't dead. No, she was alive. I could hear her, but she was moaning.
And you did nothing? You just left it like that?
Hey, enough! Enough! Rose is not responsible for the other two.
She left Carly and Emily there to rot.
Oh.
And she can't even tell us where they are. It's not Stenbeck, that's Rose. The hero.